In this video, I'm in San Diego, California, but I'm not there on a birding trip. I'm here for some family time, some relaxation, and to just be a tourist. But with over 520 species in San Diego County alone, it's the most bird-rich county in the entire country. Fortunately, I was able to sneak away to get some birding in, and what we saw while we were here was pretty good. All right, welcome to San Diego. We are staying in Mission Bay here, our little beach house, and my dad and I are out this morning early and also at low tide. See, I've learned. And we are heading to a spot close by that is actually one of the biggest hot spots around San Diego, and it's, again, convenient that it's very close. It is right where the San Diego River feeds out into the ocean, and at low tide it exposes a bunch of like mud flats, and that's obviously really good for birds. So that's where we're headed this morning. We started off with pretty good looks at this green heron, but my attention quickly got shifted away as I was able to spot one of my target species for the trip in this reddish egret. We then spent a few minutes watching this long-billed curlew probe deep into the mud, looking for earthworms. And after watching this red-tailed hawk get mobbed constantly by a group of crows, I saw another target species of mine all the way on the other side of the river. Good morning so far, sitting here on the banks of the San Diego River, and yeah, this place is pretty great. Definitely cool to come out here and see not only some birds that I would not be able to see in Colorado, like that reddish egret and the black skimmer, which was high on my list. So to see one here, I think we're going to maybe go to another spot tomorrow or the next day where we'll have an even better chance at them. But still, to get it here was awesome. And yeah, it's real birdie. It's a it's a place that, yeah, if I lived here, I could see myself coming here frequently. As we made our way back to the car, we were still picking up new species, like this group of least sandpipers, and this great egret. And then also we came across another long-billed curlew that we were just so fascinated watching, with that long bill digging deep down trying to find food. But there was still one last surprise in store before we left, with this juvenile yellow-crowned night heron. We waited patiently, and the heron eventually hunted and caught this small crab. And despite the effort the crab put up to resist, it was futile, and it was down the hatch. And it was an awesome way to end our first morning here in San Diego. Good morning again from Mission Beach here in San Diego. We are out again in the morning, going to a couple spots that are, again, pretty close by to our rental house here. And the goal this morning at the first stop is all to try to get a better look at those black skimmers. I showed in the video from yesterday that we did get a look at one, but it was all the way across the other side of the river. And I'm thinking today we should hopefully get a better look. So that's where we're going to start. El Carmel Place is our first location, and it's not really a location, it's just a road that notably leads out to the San Diego Rowing Club. But on both sides of the beaches, it was loaded with birds. As we got out and started looking around, it was easy to see that there were two dominant species here, these marbled godwits, and there were a ton of willets as well. But it was really nice to see some plover species mixed in, like these black-bellied, and then there was a large group of semi-palmated down at the other end of the beach. Another good pickup were these elegant terns, which I'm pretty sure is correct on the ID. They are tricky to tell between a royal tern, and sometimes the only way to tell is to have both species right next to each other. One is smaller than the other, the elegant being the smaller. As we continued down the beach, we finally came across the species I'd really been hoping to get a better look of. And it was a jackpot. The shot that I really wanted on this trip was the bird in flight flying over the surface of the water and then skimming as it lowers its bill and tries to pick fish out of the water. And the bird teased me a few times. I thought it was about ready to skim like you can see here, but then it never did. But fortunately, patience paid off, and on this run here, the bird not only skimmed once, but also twice. It was exactly the shot I was hoping for, so we decided to move on to our next location for the morning. Stop number 2 on the morning is here. It's the Famosa Slough, and it was just down the road from where we just were. First up here at the slough is another reddish egret who appeared to be perching on a discarded piece of luggage. Well, that's urban wildlife for you, I guess. After getting a few more common species here with the yellow legs and the stilt, we noticed the bird activity was really starting to drop, so we walked down one last trail here, and we did find this brown pelican preening on a great perch. And after taking a few glamour shots, we called it good for the morning. Good morning. Day number 3 starts here, and we're getting a little fancy today. We are heading up to La Jolla area, and I've got 2 spots in mind that kind of look right off the coast. And I'm hoping today for a target of black oyster catchers. They are one of my favorite coast birds, so that's what I'm hoping to see today. But should be some good gulls, hopefully some terns, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's where we're heading. As we walked along, I noticed these rocky features that were right on the beach, and at low tide, it could be prime habitat for my oyster catchers. But to start here, we weren't really seeing anything too unexpected. But it didn't take long, however, as we walked a few more minutes down the beach, and I was able to get my first lifer on the day in these black turnstones. They were sitting on these rocks, and it made for some really cool shots when the waves behind them would crash up on the shore. A whimbrel also flew up onto our rock, but the crashing waves chased him away pretty quick. We made our way over to stop number 2, which is Point La Jolla, and it's a little loud, and it's really stinky, but it's not all caused by the birds. And if you ever needed a Brandt's cormorant for your life list, I'd suggest coming here. We tallied almost 500 of them on our walk that morning. Likewise, brown pelicans were everywhere, our count almost 100. And despite the loud and smelly seals, this sure was a beautiful location. And as I walked down the path to this last overlook that we were going to check, I had some unfinished business that was about to be taken care of. I had finally found my oyster catchers. And I'm not really sure what it is about the black oyster catcher that does it for me. I think it's because it's a pretty low-key bird that most people walk by and don't even notice that they're there. And I think that's the beauty of the bird, is when you actually stop and look at them. The awesome orange bill, the orange eye ring, and those bright yellow eyes all contrasted against a dark body. Oof, it's a great bird. For the last morning of the trip, I decided I didn't want to drive anywhere, and I just wanted to walk along the beach that was directly across the street from where we stayed. And whatever I saw that morning is what I saw. All right, well, good morning. This is the last morning here in San Diego. And doing one of my favorite things. This is walking the beach here early morning. It's just me and the surfers and the birds, hopefully, out right now. And I'm heading out to this pier. Let's see if we can find anything here on this last day. But, oh man, I love a nice beach walk in the morning. It's not busy. There's not a lot of people. So that's just one of my favorite things. These willets were experts at digging through the mud as the waves retreated, looking for crabs and mollusks for an early morning breakfast. And as I got closer to the pier, the willets weren't alone. This snowy egret proved that he was also an adept hunter, grabbing this small fish for an early morning bite. Sure is pretty. Well, it's the end of the line here on the pier. It's very pretty out here, and sad to say, I think it's probably end of the line for the trip in the video. This is a good spot to end it. But yeah, San Diego has been awesome. Not being a birding trip for me, I was still able to get out and see a bunch of good stuff, so I thank my family for letting me and my dad go early mornings to get out there and see some stuff, and yeah, it was really great. Lots of awesome birds here. I'm sure I just barely scratched the surface on it. So if you're thinking about coming to San Diego for some birding, that's a high recommend. So anyways, that is going to wrap it up here. We've got lots of more videos coming very soon. I am shooting like a madman, so look out for those coming soon. But for this one, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.